Welcome to Profit Channels. This is my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor and I don't give financial advice. Please consider this video entertainment. Today I'm looking at copper futures, and this is the monthly logarithmic chart. And you can see through time here that when we've been to the top, we've been to the bottom, back to the top, almost to the bottom, and then got back down to the bottom here. So longer term, I think we're headed up, but with ups and downs. Right now, we could be coming back to touch this 50-month moving average. I think we're pulling back a little bit right now. Our volume on the monthly is going down, and you can see our moving averages gathered up here, and then we've been bouncing off the 50, moved up, and then bouncing off the 50. So I expect to see that one more time. Last time we probably had our moving averages, well, they gathered up here and broke down, probably gathering up here-ish on our way up. We stayed above, except for this trip back down to the 200 month. But then we shot right back up through all the moving averages. So I expect to bounce off this moving average one more time. On a weekly, you can see our moving averages gathered up here, and we went up, we've come down and been bouncing off the 50. So we could easily come down here or the 50, the green 200. So we could be coming down here and bouncing off on the weekly, the 200. On the daily. So yeah, this looks like the inverse flag pattern, in that we should break down a little further. So we do have the 200 moving average as resistance right here. And we can get back to this area here. I think it's pretty realistic. It would be a nice area of support. Back to the monthly, and I want to look at we got this volume profile back here, and you can see that it was resistance, and now it is support. If I look at other volume profiles, you can see we've got a point of control down here. If I take it to the weekly, you can see on our breakout here back in 2008, we came back to this range point of control. We went up, came back to back down to this point of control again, but we have now a point of control here and up here. So we could easily come back and get down to our point of control. So we got a lot of numbers around $4. You can see we broke down, and we're right between the 50 and the 100. So how much further are we going to come down? We got this point of control right here, which is another good spot. If I take it back to the weekly, hide some of these, moving averages. Okay, Now I'm doing a retracement from the bottom to the top here, and we're at 0.5, but we can easily get down to this 0.618. If I hide that and I retrace from this bottom, which is basically a point of control, up here to this top, we have these nice lines. So we're at 786, and maybe we come back to this one. There's a lot of things around this $4 level. If I show both, you can see the 382 is the 618, the 5 and the 786, the 1 and the 618. So I think this is really likely to be a spot we can break back down to. If I look at our parabolic SAR and super trend, we've got buys on the monthly. This is a nice upward trend, but it's just starting to bend down and heading towards 50. Our squeeze momentum is getting less bullish, and our MACD, it's like we're crossing over potentially right now if we go a little further and our histograms are getting weaker. If I go to the weekly, we've got sells now on both indicators up here. You can see RSI is trending. This is a downward trend. Squeeze momentum, it's almost back to neutral, ready to go bullish. And MACD is, we got the firm red histograms, but we're still not below the midpoint line here at 0. But it's looking bullish or bearish. On the day, clearly sells. This is looking, RSI is pretty low, real low. Squeeze momentum is, we're looking like we could be at a bottom, but it could go lower. I mean, sometimes we can stay in oversold for too long. Finally, this RSI Bollinger Band strategy, we've broken up, you can see to the top of this Bollinger Band and are headed down. So this is a really bearish monthly candle. This month is neutral at this point. Money flow index is below midpoint. Stochastics is heading down. On the weekly, you can see that we're coming back to the midpoint line, and that's around, $4.15. So we've come back down and a little below it on the weekly. It's been quite some time since we broke down to the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Money flow index is up on the weekly. Stochastics is bottomed out. And you notice over here, ADX hit a peak and then started coming down, or trend change through here. Now let's go to the day. Now on the day, so we got that same peak here in the ADX, and we have another peak here in this ADX, which usually when the ADX gets too high, it means we're changing directions. In our Bollinger Band, we are right below our moving average. So money flow index is really low, and stochastics is looking real poor. So I'm thinking that, again, this is a bear flag, and we're going to break down a little further. Again, this is entertainment. I hope you enjoy it. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you.